Welcome everyone to CyberSecJourney. Yeah, I'm back. I know it's been 11 days or something like that, and who knows? There's going to be another gap between the next video, but because the cybersecurity is slowing down, people on the Discord are slowing down. It is officially now fall, so kids are going back to school. Families are getting in full swing, and stuff's going on. People are still in college or taking courses or hack the box or try hack me or, whatever they're in. So yeah, no, normal people that have a normal life, not me, but normal people that have a normal life schedule, you know, they don't have a lot of free time, you know, for YouTube, so to speak, yet. They're going to work, then they're doing their college, and then they're getting home doing their homework and studying and all this stuff, taking care of the kids and dinner and, all that stuff and everything. So, might leave, a half hour or an hour maybe, every other day or every 2 day, 3 days or whatever for them to, get online and they do, like me, they just when they get on YouTube, they don't just look at. We're going. He's mainly going to stay up right now because this stuff gets me. Well, this is the actual video here. I'll show you guys this. This is where the video comes from. Valuetainment. He's got the title in there. 30K a day, monetizing hacking. Ryan Montgomery reveals how he made a fortune hacking as a teenager. Now it goes on to say in the description down there that this led him to explore hacking, eventually joining the hacking and affiliate marketing forum, Digital Gangsters. I don't know if I would be claiming that because that is a really sketchy site. If you're trying to portray your company, pentesting.com or pentester.com, I don't know what it is, one of those two. It's pentestingsomething.com. Um, and reason I'm not familiar with it is because I don't go there. It's a bunch of BS in my opinion anyway. But yeah, Digital Gangsters was run by a rapper actually. But yeah, he used to be a hacker, but I guess he's making more money rapping now than in security. So he's mainly full-time rapping and making music and producing music and stuff right now. His name is YT Cracker for anyone that wants to look him up. Him and a bunch of other guys are the ones that started and got into Digital Gangster Forum. And, there's a whole story behind that. We're not going to get into that, though. But anyway, you can see over here, the same podcast, he's saying Jeffrey Epstein files. Can hackers leak Jeffrey Epstein's? That's another thing going on. And this reminds me, I'm going to have a challenge for all my people from the Discord and any other people that follow my channel. An OSINT challenge. I'm going to show a picture. You guys tell me where it's from, and I'll explain the backstory without giving away any information to help you guys find the answer, that is. So I'm going to be very vague, but I'm going to give you a little bit of the backstory on it toward the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. And there might be prizes later on, if the channel gets bigger. I might get sponsors actually and stuff, and we might have giveaway prizes for these little contests and stuff that we're throwing in there. But anyway, back to the point here. Yeah, don't pay attention to, like the thumbnail says, don't pay attention to this 30,000 a day, 10,000 a day, whatever, whoever, whatever they're claiming. There's all kinds of claims out there. 250,000 a month. I mean, you hear it all. Oh, they're more than likely trying to sell a course or sell a service. In this case, his pentesting.com service. But this is all this video is. I wanted to say in this video is because you guys get into this cybersecurity thing and you think pen testing and popping boxes and getting reverse shell and all this is all exciting and this is what you guys see in the movies, like sneakers and hackers and all that stuff, and you're like excited about it. That's what I want to do. I want to do that. And you don't understand that's 6 to 8 years down the road from now, if you're just starting out new, that is. Because first you got to spend all the time learning all this crap. It's going to take you years to learn. It's not going to be anything quick. And there's no glamour here, guys. I hate to tell you. You're going to, if you want to be a pen tester and you're going to get hired as a pen tester, more than likely, yeah, it's gonna it's gonna be a very meaningful job. You're gonna be just like maybe a step above a paper pusher. You're gonna be a pen tester. You might have one pen test a month, you know, if you're lucky. There'll be months that go by that you don't have a pen test. You might have, maybe you might get lucky and have two in a month. This all depends on the marketing and advertising of your company you're at. If they don't have a lot of marketing or advertising, or if they're not trying to actively bring customers in, then you're going to have dry spells where you're not doing anything. And what are you going to be doing when you're not pen testing? Well, you're going to be paper pushing, and stuff. If you're doing anything at all, you're going to be a SOC analyst, you know. But why would you be a SOC analyst if you don't got clients? Then what kind of SOC do you have? Then basically, so yeah, both of those roles will probably be nothing if you're in a small company just getting started. And instead of doing two jobs, which would be a pen tester and a SOC analyst, you might actually be doing 5 or 6 because you might be the only cybersecurity person they have on staff, and at a low rate, at a low wage because they can't afford to pay you what you want. When you look on all the salary sites for cybersecurity or pen tester and stuff, yeah, you're going to probably be making below the minimum that they're showing on there. Because you're probably with no experience and fresh out of learning or online course or school, or you just got your freshly minted certificate, that really says nothing but words on a paper. Yeah, they're not going to be paying you the big bucks. They can't afford to. That's why that's why you don't have no experience, because they can use that as a ploy to pay you the least amount that they can. And then they'll tell you, if one of the salary sites say that a pen tester is a minimum of 30,000 a year, well, they're going to pay you like 23, 25,000. And you're going to be, what the hell? That's not even the minimum. And they're like, yeah, but man, look, you got no experience. You're just starting out. You never even worked at a place yet. We're not going to start out paying you that. You gotta work your way up. Get experience under your belt first. And this is what they're talking about, experience. You think pen testing is this stuff that you've been seeing on YouTube and everything, and it's not even remotely close to that. So, this is already you're showing your inexperience because you don't even know what the job actually is. And when when you do a pen test, it's not going to be an RCE. You're going to be mainly looking at web apps and APIs. That's it. You're not going to touch Kali Linux. You're not going to touch Parrot OS. But the only tool that you should be using is the professional version of Burp Suite, because you're going to be doing web apps and APIs, and that's the best tool for you to be doing that stuff. If you got a good place and you've already got Burp Suite installed into Kali Linux, it doesn't come default installed like that. So, somebody at the company or someone would have had to install it into Kali Linux and put it there. But if you don't have Burp Suite, maybe you can use the community version, or you'll what you should do, again, to build your experience, is take the default tools in Kali Linux or Parrot and expand them to do what you need it to do. If it's not doing what you want, use your Ruby or Python skills, Python more than likely, and expand the tool, build on it, and have it do what you want it to do. That will show that you're worth something. But if you're going to depend on okay, they don't have the professional, so I can use the community version of Burp Suite, and and if they don't even have the community version installed, do you know how to install it? do you even know how to install programs on Kali Linux or Parrot? I mean, I would assume so, but you'd be surprised how many don't. And this is what I'm telling you guys. When the person says well, yeah, we're paying you this much because you don't have no experience yet. Well, these are the things that I'm telling you. If you can't install a program into Kali Linux already, then what kind of experience do you have? Um, so yeah, um, think about these things. You know, you're gonna do your web app and everything. You're gonna make a report out of it, as all of you know. Um, and this is not a pen testing report. This is an application vulnerability report, and that report's going to be given to the technical staff and maybe the lawyers if the company is large enough to even have a lawyer, and a GRC staff. They're nah, they're probably not going to have a GRC person because that is a certificate position. Usually, you probably will have to have your GRC certificate to get hired at that position. Which means, if you got the certificate, then you can at least get the minimum wage for that position. So they might not have a GRC person because of that, because they might not be able to even afford paying them minimum. So you might just be stuck with the technical staff if you're in a small group or startup or something. And if you're just starting out, that's probably where you're going to end up. But anyway, that's all you're doing. You're just doing the analysis, the app analysis, and writing a report, and then the technical staff will handle it from there. There'll be a person in the technical staff that will have direct contact to the client, and only them two will talk back and forth. If the client has any questions, his technical contact in the company will answer it for them, and if the technical staff has any questions or anything, they'll call you to, clear it up for them and everything. And then once they understand, once you tell them and they know, they'll go back to the client and talk to the client. You will not have any contact with the client at all. Because again, that's more experience. You guys have never had to have communications with a client. You don't know what to do, what to say. You don't know how a conversation goes. You don't know how to handle it when they're asking questions that they shouldn't be answering for different reasons. Could be legal reasons, ethical reasons, and this is where your training comes in. This is where all these different courses and things that you're going to be learning, especially if you're CIS certified, if you're CISSP certified and stuff. These are the things that you'll know about ethics, and you shouldn't be asking that type of question, because that's kind of bordering on legal. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, okay, I didn't know that. You can't. The customer is not always right. Get that out of your mind for one. Because if you allow them, they'll talk you into illegal stuff. Because it's your ass on the line, not theirs. But anyway, with that, I'm going to pull this to an end. I didn't want this to get too long. And before I end it, here's the challenge. Here's the video or the picture that I want you guys to find. The story behind this is this is a female guitarist. I'll tell you that. And the reason I wanted to choose this one is because no, I'm not going to tell you that because that'd be easy for you to find out. Reason I'm going to tell you this is because she did a video, a behind the scenes video. I guess she was touring or whatever, and she got a hotel room in this hotel, and she does a video on YouTube where she's showing you the room. This is the bed, this is the the window and the living, all that stuff. She takes you around the room and shows you everything and everything. And toward the end of the video, she gets in the tub. Oh, she does. Before that, she does do a little strip tease. She takes her blouse off, and she's got a black bra on. And then she goes to take her skirt off, and she gets halfway off, and she stops and looks at the camera and pauses for a minute. And then she puts it down a little bit and pulls it back up, like she's teasing you, basically. She's doing a strip tease on YouTube, basically. And then the next thing you see is she's completely naked in the bathtub with bubbles. So you're like, whoa! But anyway, there are some flashes in the video that's been talked about on YouTube, because the internet's loose. They've found them. And she uses the sides to cover up, the parts, she needs to cover up when she has to. And she's pretty good at that. But you can never cover everything up all the time. And so there is some quick shots that snuck through that didn't get covered up of various parts, let's say. And that's what got the internet talking about it. And so I was thinking, so I'm like, wow, I'm like, cool. Then she did the shot out her hotel window to the outside down on the intersection. And I'm like, me being me, I'm like, oh wow. I go, this would be a perfect OS picture for get people to identify where was this done, where was this picture taken, and what floor was it taken. That's more intermediate and advanced. I would expect my people to find the location fairly quickly, to find out what hotel it is and where it's located fairly quickly. To find out exactly what floor it is on, that takes a little more learning into your OS and stuff. You might think that you could just look at a neighboring hotel or high rise and count the floors up, but that there's things that you know throw you off maybe one floor or so doing that, because you got to understand the lens on the camera has a distortion in it. So what you think might be the fifth floor or the 10th floor or whatever, actually might be the fourth or the ninth floor or the 11th floor even. Depending on a lot of things, depending on the weather that day, um, and everything. If it was a hot day, you know, the heat coming up from the ground and stuff could also, along with the distortion of the lens, could distort the picture a little. But these are things that you won't think of as a person starting out. When you're trying to get an exact location of some place, these are things you got to learn later on. As you're learning how to do these reverse image lookups. But anyway, whoever can answer where this was taken in the Discord or the comments, if you want, congratulations. If the channel gets bigger and we get more traction and stuff and more views and subs and everything, maybe we can get some sponsors behind these little challenges and everything, and we can give away some prizes and stuff. But it's not going to get there without any activity on the channel. So it's all up to you guys. I don't care either way. But with that, guys, enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the video and everything. Enjoy the challenge for those of you that are going to undertake it. And we'll see you in the next video, whenever that is.